Okay, so I want to talk about some bonus features that I'm putting into Final Fight, things that should be in every commercial game, but developers don't put in because they're generally lazy scumbags. So, I'm really concerned about replayability. Basically, I don't put anything in that I wouldn't want to do more than once or multiple times. And so I think about end game a lot, when it comes to video games. I briefly mentioned it in another video, but the feature I've started implementing because it's kind of, like an extra thing that really doesn't have to do with like the, proper main arcade game is the concept of endless stages. And so basically, the way endless stages work, I have some code that basically dynamically builds endlessly repeatable level. And so, that's literally what it is. It doesn't end. You can literally just keep going forever and you'll never hit the end of this. It'll just keep repeating. And basically, these levels tend to be a mashup of like a round in the game. So you can kind of see like the car is from the third part of the slums, but the buildings are from the first part of the slums. It's just kind of a mashup. And so I'm going through and hooking these up for all the different levels. And so basically, for every type of level in the game, there's going to be like when you start the game, it's basically going to say, do you want to play arcade mode or do you want to play endless mode? And there's actually a third mode coming, but I'm not, that it isn't done yet. But so you can pick the mode you want to play. So this is endless mode, and basically what happens is it's just going to randomly spawn different enemies forever, and it'll just never end. And this is basically a high score mode. So I told you like a long time ago that I wasn't putting scores in the main game because it's stupid for the main game, and it is. And so if you're going to do a score thing, if you're going to actually count the score, it has to mean something. And so this is basically like a survival mode. How long can you stay alive while getting bum rushed by bad guys? And it's going to be kind of fun because basically like you could still do it with 10 players or whatever, or even one player, but random groups of enemies will just keep coming. And basically like the logic of the game is pretty much for each human playing the game, there can be three weapons and 10 enemies. So if you're playing a 10-player game, basically there can be 100 enemies on the screen at once at any given time. And if somebody kills an enemy, then the enemy goes away, and then it says, okay, I'm going to randomly bring in another one to take its place. And so it'll just never end. You can literally just keep playing until you all die. There's no continue in this mode. Once you die, that's it. And basically you can see how high of a score that you can get. And so it has a lot of nice purposes. It serves the purpose of, I just want to I don't want to go through the quote unquote story of the game. I just want to randomly play for a while, and I can just play for 10 minutes and then quit. Or the psychopaths that like to get high scores in games, whatever, can see how high of a score they can get, before the enemies finally chip away at them. But that's the concept of endless mode. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like the main game is pretty much there. I'm just adding in like bonus features like this. And so I also want to point out though too that it isn't just for kind of like the real stages. Even the bonus stages are going to have variants. And I've started actually putting in like fun Easter eggs. So basically, I'm planning on having at least one Easter egg for every Capcom beat 'em up in the game, because basically Capcom CPS 1 and CPS 2 beat 'em ups all run at the same resolution as Final Fight, so it's pretty easy to put little Easter egg art assets in there. And so I'll show you just a quick example of this. So this is a slum variant, but there's also the car bonus stage, like the gas station, that even has an endless variant. And so if I load up the endless variant of that stage, you can see what I did in there. So I actually put in the Cadillacs and Dinosaur car and the Punisher gangster car. So they both appear for the gas station endless variant, and so once again, this is the same thing. You could literally like play this until you die. The level will never end, and enemies will just keep coming, and you can see how long you can last, and how high of a score you can get. So yeah, I think it's kind of a neat idea. It's sort of you know. I mean, like I said, this is the stuff that commercial games should have, but they never do because people are assholes. I love fun little shit like this, So that's kind of really what like. I want this to have some kind of end game where it isn't just the arcade mode. There are other kind of fun things to do, and then the third gameplay mode. When I have something that's more ready to show, I can put that on there. But yeah, it's fun.